Meanwhile, many are watching for the highly anticipated break coming as soon as today in the Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking case. A New York judge could unveil the names of nearly 200 people associated with the disgraced financier who died by suicide while in prison back in 2019.
Yeah, this has been a long-awaited list, and that list is expected to include many high-profile and well-known names, including President Bill Clinton and also Britain's Prince Andrew. Dre Clark is live in New York with more on this expected list. Dre?
Well, good morning. This could potentially be very embarrassing for a lot of prestigious people, and we could start seeing those names as early as this morning. Federal Judge Loretta Preska said she saw no legal reason to keep the name sealed, although she did allow those individuals who would like to keep their names confidential to go ahead and file an appeal, and she would take it into consideration, but she made no guarantee she would be granting their wish. Now, at this point in time, none of the individuals who will be named are facing criminal charges or prosecution, but morally, their character could be called into question for being associated with the man who was convicted of sex crimes against children. Now, on that list are men and women who up until now have had the protection of discretion from the court through sealed court documents. Men, women, former Jeffrey Epstein associates, employees, and friends could also be named, as well as some of his alleged sex trafficking victims. Since it was announced days ago that Judge Preska would be unsealing the names, the anticipation and the intrigue has been building. The big question is, who are the powerful and prominent men and women listed?
We'll have to see if there may be politicians. It would be very interesting because 200 names is obviously a vast network of individuals, and to be in Jeffrey Epstein's orbit can certainly be problematic for them.
Now, one name that we are expecting to see is former President Bill Clinton. He is mentioned in more than 50 of the redacted court filings. Mr. Clinton has acknowledged he used Epstein's private jet for trips overseas for his humanitarian efforts, but he denies he did anything illegal, and there's been no evidence indicating he did anything wrong. Mr. Clinton also saying that he stopped associating with Epstein in 2005. Now, all of the names on that list were either mentioned or documented as part of a now settled 2015 civil lawsuit against Epstein's longtime partner, Ghislaine Maxwell, brought by Virginia Jeffrey. Jeffrey accused Maxwell of helping Epstein sexually traffic and abuse her as a teenager. Jeffrey also claiming that as a teenager, she was sexually assaulted by Epstein's close friend, Prince Andrew. The prince denies these accusations, but did pay Jeffrey a multi-million-dollar settlement after she came forward with those allegations. Now, Judge Preska says that many of the people who will be named, they are already known because those individuals either did media interviews about their relationship and association with Jeffrey Epstein, or they have been named in other public court documents. Adrienne?
Dre, we appreciate that reporting. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.